In car theft history, no figure commands more attention than this man. His reputation in the streets of New York City wasn't built on brute force alone, but rather on a surgical precision that set him apart from the common criminals of his time. While others targeted entire vehicles, he specialized in the art of extracting specific auto parts with the finesse of a skilled surgeon. These parts were so inconspicuous that their absence often went unnoticed by unsuspecting car owners, allowing him to operate with stealth and cunning. But he wasn't content to operate in solitude. Like a conductor assembling a symphony, he attracted like-minded individuals, forming a syndicate of specialists, each mastering their own niche in the shadowy world of organized crime. Together, they orchestrated grand schemes of theft, their efforts coalescing into a sprawling network that reaped profits beyond imagination. Yet this saga transcended mere accumulation of wealth. It was a tale of ascent. From the gritty streets of poverty, he ascended to the lofty heights of the mafia hierarchy, wielding influence and instilling fear in equal measure. His story embodied the classic narrative of rising from rags to riches, a testament to the transformative power of ambition and cunning. In the labyrinthine alleyways of crime, he carved out a legend, revered for his ingenuity and feared for his ruthlessness. Our tale revolves around a figure whose intellect and keen perception propelled him to the summit of the criminal underworld. In the tumultuous landscape of organized crime, he emerged as a self-made magnate, renowned as the Phantom King of car thieves. Our story unfolds amidst the gritty streets of 1990s New York City, a time characterized by rampant crime and chaos. In this urban jungle, criminal syndicates and gangs thrive, exploiting the lucrative trade of stolen cars. Against this setting of lawlessness, our enigmatic protagonist emerges, his ascent to prominence shrouded in secrecy and intrigue. As the city grapples with a surge in car thefts, our protagonist distinguishes himself from the typical thieves. While others target entire vehicles, he specializes in extracting specific auto parts, operating with a level of precision and finesse that sets him apart from his peers. His exploits attract like-minded individuals, forming a syndicate of thieves united by their shared expertise and ambition. Amidst the environment of New York's criminal underworld, our protagonist's rise to power unfolds, a narrative shaped by cunning, resourcefulness, and audacity. With each successful operation, he earns a reputation as the Phantom King, a figure as elusive and enigmatic as the shadows themselves. In the intricate hierarchy of organized crime, Maurizio Perkin found himself at the lowest rung, where poverty and obscurity defined his existence. With no familial connections or inherited privileges to bolster his ascent, Maurizio embarked on a journey from the depths of destitution to the pinnacle of criminal enterprise. His initiation into the underworld began with menial tasks, stealing, looting, and peddling his ill-gotten gains to higher-ranking figures within the criminal echelon. Yet, even in the shadows of society's fringes, Maurizio harbored ambitions of ascending to greater heights. Driven by an acute awareness of market dynamics and an astute understanding of opportunity, Maurizio meticulously navigated the clandestine network of organized crime. With a discerning eye for profit margins and a shrewd assessment of demand, he strategically positioned himself within the illicit marketplace. Drawing upon his resourcefulness and tenacity, Maurizio leveraged networking opportunities, forging alliances with the progeny of trade magnates to glean invaluable insights into the inner workings of the criminal underworld. In the labyrinthine underworld of car theft, Maurizio Perkin emerged as a beacon of ingenuity and cunning, his presence akin to a hidden treasure amidst a sea of darkness. Born into the murky annals of Italian immigrant lore, Maurizio's lineage was steeped in the clandestine dealings of organized crime, a legacy that shaped his path from the very beginning. Raised within the tight embrace of the mafia's inner circles, Maurizio traversed the perilous hierarchy with the dexterity of a seasoned navigator. In this shadowy realm, where every footstep teetered on the edge of danger, Maurizio stood apart with his sharp intellect and unyielding ambition, like a lone star piercing through the murky night sky. Amidst the chaos and lawlessness that defined his environment, Maurizio's keen eye spotted a hidden gem amidst the rubble, a humble automotive component overlooked by the covetous eyes of his peers. While others fixated on the glittering allure of high-value car parts, Maurizio saw beyond the surface, recognizing the latent potential of this seemingly insignificant piece. In a world where every opportunity was exploited to its fullest extent, Maurizio's revelation became his most potent weapon, a secret key that unlocked doors to untold riches. Amidst the labyrinthine corridors of organized crime, Maurizio's ascent was marked by unwavering determination and calculated precision. Recognizing the burgeoning demand for automotive components, Maurizio identified a lucrative niche that aligned with his burgeoning skill set and entrepreneurial acumen. With the instincts of a seasoned predator and the cunning of a master strategist, Maurizio Percan navigated the treacherous waters of the criminal underworld like a shrewd captain steering his ship through stormy seas. Armed with an intimate understanding of the shadows and whispers that permeated every alley and street corner, Maurizio transformed himself from a mere foot soldier into a formidable player in the clandestine game of stolen car parts. Like a skilled alchemist, Maurizio had the uncanny ability to discern the hidden gems amidst the rubble of illicit goods. With each transaction, he sifted through the sands of opportunity, identifying the most prized components that promised the greatest returns. It was this keen eye for value that set Maurizio apart, elevating him from the ranks of petty thieves to the realm of savvy traders. In a stroke of audacious innovation, Maurizio turned his humble vehicle into a veritable treasure trove, a mobile marketplace teeming with illicit wares. From the trunk of his car, he peddled his stolen goods with the finesse of a seasoned merchant, capitalizing on the clandestine allure of his trade to command exorbitant prices from eager buyers. By the time 1994 dawned upon the streets of New York, Maurizio had amassed a war chest of resources, a testament to his unrelenting ambition and unwavering determination. With the opening of his brick-and-mortar storefront, Maurizio embarked on a daring gambit, seeking to cloak his illicit enterprise in the guise of legitimacy. Amidst the bustling streets of New York City, Maurizio Percan's storefront stood as a testament to his astute business acumen and cunning stratagems. Concealed behind the facade of a legitimate enterprise, Maurizio deftly maneuvered within the labyrinthine corridors of the criminal underworld. Recognizing the inherent risks of his trade, Maurizio forged strategic alliances with influential figures within the city's mafia networks, offering financial incentives to ensure the unhindered operation of his illicit enterprise. Through adept negotiation and careful diplomacy, Maurizio cultivated symbiotic relationships with those occupying positions of power, shielding his operations from potential disruptions or encroachments. This symbiosis allowed Maurizio's empire to thrive, transforming his modest storefront into the epicenter of a burgeoning network that transcended the confines of New York City. However, Maurizio remained acutely aware of the delicate balance that underpinned his success. Adhering to the unwritten laws of the criminal hierarchy, Maurizio endeavored to maintain harmonious relations with his superiors, recognizing the importance of reciprocity and deference within the clandestine realm of organized crime. By adhering to these principles, Maurizio ensured the longevity and prosperity of his car parts empire, navigating the intricate web of alliances and allegiances that characterized New York's underworld. Maurizio Percan's astute business strategies and keen eye for opportunity propelled him to unprecedented heights within the criminal underworld. Regular payments to mafia figures served not only as a cost of conducting business, but also as a crucial insurance policy, safeguarding his operations from potential disruptions. Under this arrangement, Maurizio cultivated stronger relationships with his network of suppliers, particularly the petty thieves who provided him with stolen car parts. His meticulous attention to detail enabled him to identify lucrative opportunities, constantly seeking out parts with the highest profit margins. However, Maurizio's ascent to prominence reached a pivotal juncture when he stumbled upon a game-changing discovery, the airbag. Recognizing its inherent value and ease of theft, Maurizio perceived the airbag as a catalyst for unprecedented wealth accumulation. Unlike other car parts, airbags possessed a unique combination of high value and minimal risk in the theft process. Their compact size facilitated swift removal and concealed transportation, making them an attractive commodity for Maurizio's burgeoning enterprise. With this revelation, Maurizio redirected his focus towards amassing airbags, recognizing their potential to revolutionize his operations. Maurizio Perkins' strategic foresight within the criminal underworld was exemplified by his recognition of the unparalleled efficiency and profitability of targeting airbags. Unlike the arduous task of stealing entire cars or larger parts, stripping airbags from a lineup of vehicles could be accomplished swiftly, with Maurizio envisioning the potential to acquire dozens within half an hour. However, what truly distinguished airbags as the ultimate target was their inherent attributes that made them both lucrative and low risk. Lacking serial numbers at the time, airbags posed minimal traceability, rendering them virtually untraceable once stolen. Their compact size facilitated easy concealment and storage, contributing to their desirability within the criminal market. Furthermore, the financial rewards associated with airbags were substantial, with each airbag commanding prices ranging from $1,000 to $2,000, if not more. Maurizio recognized the opportunity to accumulate considerable wealth. Considering the value of currency at the time, airbags represented a lucrative investment avenue for Maurizio to capitalize on. Yet, Maurizio's astuteness extended beyond mere profitability. Maurizio's meticulous approach to his airbag enterprise was characterized by thorough research and strategic planning. Recognizing the need for specialized expertise, he immersed himself in understanding every aspect of airbags, from their various types to their assembly and disassembly processes. Armed with this knowledge, he created a team of skilled thieves, handpicked from his extensive network of petty criminals. This specialized team underwent rigorous training to ensure proficiency in swiftly and professionally removing airbags from vehicles. Maurizio's foresight in assembling such a team streamlined the operation, guaranteeing a consistent and reliable supply of stolen merchandise to his storefront. From the outset, Maurizio was confident in the potential of his airbag venture to yield substantial returns. The efficiency of Maurizio's operation enabled his crew to procure airbags in significant quantities, meeting the incessant demand from his clientele. Primarily targeting mechanics and auto repair shop owners, Maurizio established a swift and seamless supply chain. Stolen airbags seamlessly integrated into the repair process, swiftly finding their way into vehicles in need of replacement, thus ensuring a continuous turnover of inventory. Maurizio's ability to leverage his knowledge, resources, and network to establish a lucrative enterprise underscored his entrepreneurial acumen within the criminal underworld. Maurizio's keen foresight and astute understanding of the market dynamics allowed him to anticipate the success of his airbag enterprise from its inception. With his crew capable of procuring airbags in massive quantities and demand remaining consistently high, Maurizio recognized the potential for exponential growth. His clientele, consisting primarily of mechanics and auto repair shop owners, facilitated a streamlined supply chain, ensuring stolen airbags swiftly reached vehicles requiring repair. Acknowledging the pivotal role played by his team of thieves, Maurizio adopted a strategy of generous compensation, understanding that their loyalty was contingent upon the financial rewards he offered. Despite the substantial costs associated with labor, Maurizio's business model yielded exceptional profit margins, propelled by the staggering markups achieved upon resale. Each airbag, acquired for approximately $200, fetched prices ranging from $1,000 to $2,000, sometimes even more, upon being sold. Such lucrative returns amplified Maurizio's earnings, cementing his position as a formidable player within the criminal underworld. However, Maurizio's success did not go unnoticed, attracting the attention of law enforcement agencies, particularly the New York Police Department. The emergence of airbag thefts presented a perplexing challenge for law enforcement agencies. Upon arriving at the scene, investigators encountered vehicles seemingly intact, save for the conspicuous absence of their airbags, prompting confusion and intrigue. However, the enigma surrounding these thefts was short-lived as authorities swiftly discerned a pattern. The absence of serial numbers on airbags rendered them virtually untraceable, thwarting attempts to monitor their movements or identify their origins. Moreover, the compact size of airbags and the expeditious manner in which they were pilfered posed significant obstacles to apprehending the perpetrators in the act. As law enforcement delved deeper into the matter, the inherent value of stolen airbags became apparent, shedding light on the orchestrated nature of these crimes. Recognizing the existence of a sophisticated criminal operation orchestrating the thefts, authorities embarked on investigative efforts to dismantle the illicit network. Recognizing the existence of a sophisticated criminal operation orchestrating the thefts, authorities embarked on investigative efforts to dismantle the illicit network. However, despite occasional apprehensions of individual thieves, extracting crucial information proved challenging. Interrogations yielded little insight, with apprehended individuals steadfastly refusing to divulge details regarding their employers or collaborators. Instead, they opted to shoulder sole responsibility for their actions, shielding the orchestrator of the operation from scrutiny. The leniency of penalties levied against apprehended thieves inadvertently facilitated the perpetuation of airbag thefts, emboldening individuals to engage in criminal activities with minimal repercussions. With minor charges and brief periods of incarceration, offenders faced little deterrent to dissuade them from participating in future criminal endeavors. This cycle of impunity perpetuated the proliferation of airbag thefts, exacerbating the challenges faced by law enforcement agencies tasked with addressing the escalating crisis. Despite sporadic efforts to apprehend individual perpetrators, the systemic failure to apprehend the mastermind behind the operation allowed Maurizio Perkin's criminal enterprise to operate with impunity. The absence of substantial consequences for those caught in the act further insulated Maurizio's illicit activities from scrutiny, enabling his empire to flourish unchecked. As airbag thefts continued unabated, New York City found itself grappling with a pervasive and intractable problem. Thousands of airbags were pilfered annually, posing significant challenges for law enforcement agencies struggling to stem the tide of criminal activity. Despite concerted efforts to address the issue, the elusive nature of Maurizio's operation thwarted attempts to trace the source of the thefts, leaving authorities perplexed and frustrated. Meanwhile, Maurizio Perkin enjoyed the fruits of his criminal enterprise, basking in the success of his empire while evading detection and prosecution. As Maurizio's airbag enterprise expanded, the sheer volume of stolen goods necessitated a strategic reorganization of his operations. Recognizing the need for a centralized hub to accommodate his burgeoning inventory, Maurizio made the bold decision to establish All-in-One, a multifaceted facility comprising both a vast warehouse and a bustling workshop. This sprawling complex served as the nerve center of Maurizio's criminal empire, with one section dedicated to the storage of stolen airbags and other automotive components, while another area was transformed into a fully equipped workshop. Here, skilled technicians adeptly replaced airbags for customers or sold them outright, capitalizing on the growing demand for their services and significantly enhancing profitability. To further expand his reach and solidify his position as a dominant player in the illicit airbag trade, Maurizio implemented innovative strategies to market his brand. Leveraging various advertising channels, including print media and the emerging landscape of the internet, Maurizio launched an aggressive marketing campaign to promote his enterprise. Advertisements heralding Maurizio as the Airbag King proliferated in magazines, newspapers, and online platforms, cementing his reputation as a formidable force in the criminal underworld. As Maurizio's criminal enterprise continued to thrive, the influx of cash became overwhelming, presenting new challenges and risks. Concerned about the possibility of financial audits and legal scrutiny, Maurizio recognized the need for meticulous financial management to conceal the illicit origins of his wealth. In a bid to mitigate these risks, Maurizio sought the expertise of a skilled accountant to navigate the complexities of money laundering and maintain the facade of legitimacy for his burgeoning business empire. Enter Eileen, a trusted friend from Maurizio's high school days, whose background in accounting made her the ideal candidate for the role. Maurizio approached Eileen with a proposition, presenting his criminal enterprise as a legitimate car parts sales company and enlisting her services as the chief accountant. Sensing an opportunity to capitalize on Maurizio's success while leveraging her accounting expertise, Eileen agreed to join forces with him, unaware of the true nature of his operations. With Eileen on board, Maurizio established a sophisticated financial infrastructure to manage the vast sums of illicit proceeds flowing through his enterprise. Eileen's role extended beyond mere bookkeeping, as she employed her accounting acumen to conceal the illicit origins of the funds, meticulously documenting transactions and ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements. Under Eileen's guidance, Maurizio's criminal empire operated seamlessly, evading detection and legal scrutiny while amassing unprecedented wealth. As Maurizio revealed the true nature of his operations to Eileen, she was taken aback by the extent of the criminal enterprise she had unwittingly become a part of. Despite her initial reservations, the allure of Maurizio's offer, including the substantial salary, ultimately convinced her to collaborate with him. Recognizing the need to mask the illicit origins of the funds, Eileen swiftly devised strategies to legitimize the financial transactions of Maurizio's criminal empire. One of her first recommendations was to transition from cash payments to checks, as they provided a veneer of legality and accountability to the business operations. Maurizio heeded Eileen's advice and promptly engaged a check payment company to facilitate transactions within the enterprise. This shift allowed Maurizio to conduct business in a more clandestine manner, disguising the illicit proceeds from stolen airbags as legitimate payments for goods and services. Under Eileen's guidance, the financial records of Maurizio's enterprise were meticulously manipulated to create the illusion of a legitimate business operation. Eileen's expertise in accounting proved indispensable as she navigated the complexities of money laundering, ensuring that the enterprise remained undetected by law enforcement agencies. Together, Maurizio and Eileen forged a symbiotic partnership, leveraging their respective skills to sustain the profitability and operational efficiency of the criminal enterprise. By channeling the cash flow through the check company, Maurizio effectively obscured the direct link between his criminal enterprise and its illicit proceeds. This strategic maneuver lent an aura of legitimacy to the financial transactions, shielding the operation from suspicion and scrutiny. With the business facade appearing increasingly legitimate, Maurizio seized the opportunity to extricate himself from the more overtly criminal aspects of his enterprise. Previously entrenched in the management of his team of thieves, Maurizio implemented a hierarchical restructuring, elevating 3 trusted individuals to the role of lieutenants. Entrusted with overseeing the day-to-day operations and supervising the crew, these lieutenants assumed responsibility for the execution of theft operations, allowing Maurizio to adopt a more hands-off approach. This strategic pivot not only insulated Maurizio from direct involvement in criminal activities, but also facilitated a more streamlined and efficient operation. By delegating managerial responsibilities to his lieutenants, Maurizio ensured that the enterprise remained well organized and effectively managed, optimizing its profitability while minimizing the risk of legal repercussions. With Maurizio's ascension to a more detached managerial role, the criminal enterprise evolved into a sophisticated and tightly controlled operation. Maurizio's mastery over the airbag market was nothing short of remarkable. By monopolizing the supply chain and establishing a seamless operation, he transformed his criminal enterprise into a well-oiled machine capable of meeting even the most specific and urgent customer demands. The ability to procure and replace airbags within a mere 24 hours set Maurizio's workshop apart from official dealerships, offering unparalleled speed and convenience to customers. This swift turnaround time became a hallmark of Maurizio's operation, further solidifying his dominance in the underworld of organized crime. What began as a lucrative business venture evolved into a surreal reality, where stolen airbags seamlessly found their way back into vehicles, often within a matter of hours. Maurizio's workshop became a one-stop destination for car owners in need of replacement airbags, blurring the lines between legality and criminality in a way that few could have imagined. Maurizio's ability to navigate the complex dynamics of supply and demand was unparalleled. He not only identified lucrative opportunities, but also capitalized on them with remarkable precision. His enterprise became a testament to his ingenuity, transforming the illicit trade of stolen airbags into a highly efficient and profitable venture. Despite the inherent risks and ethical implications of his business, Maurizio remained undeterred, viewing each challenge as an opportunity for innovation and growth. Despite his financial success and accolades, Maurizio harbored a deep-seated desire for recognition and acceptance within the entrenched hierarchy of organized crime. His newfound wealth and influence were undoubtedly impressive, but they lacked the legitimacy and respect that came with being affiliated with a powerful mafia family. Meeting Carol Montana presented Maurizio with a unique opportunity to bridge the gap between his outsider status and the inner circle of mafia elite. As the daughter of a prominent mafia boss, Carol held the key to Maurizio's aspirations of gaining acceptance and legitimacy within the criminal underworld. Their relationship not only offered Maurizio access to the inner workings of mafia families, but also provided him with a potential pathway to securing a position of influence and authority within these circles. By aligning himself with Carol and her family, Maurizio hoped to cement his status as a respected and influential figure within the mafia hierarchy. However, gaining acceptance into the tightly knit world of organized crime would not be without its challenges. Maurizio faced skepticism and scrutiny from entrenched mafia leaders wary of outsiders encroaching on their territory. Yet, fueled by ambition and determination, Maurizio remained undeterred in his quest for recognition and status. His alliance with Carol Montana represented more than just a personal relationship. It was a strategic move aimed at securing his position within the highest echelons of organized crime. Maurizio's interest in her wasn't purely romantic. Her status as the daughter of a boss was, in his eyes, her most attractive feature, making her the perfect partner for him. Maurizio made his move, winning Carol over with his charm and expressing his admiration for her. Maurizio's engagement to Carol symbolized more than just a personal milestone. It represented the culmination of his ambitions and the fulfillment of his quest for respect and status within the criminal underworld. Carol's familial connections provided Maurizio with the legitimacy and acceptance he had long desired, bridging the gap between his outsider status and the entrenched hierarchy of organized crime. With the approval of Carol's father, Maurizio's union with Carol solidified his position within mafia circles, cementing his status as a respected and influential figure. He had amassed wealth, connections, and now a powerful ally in Carol, positioning himself as a formidable force within the criminal world. However, Maurizio's newfound success was not without its challenges. The arrest of one of his thieves threatened to unravel everything he had worked so hard to achieve. The gravity of the situation dawned on Maurizio, realizing that his carefully constructed empire could come crashing down in an instant. Despite the looming threat of legal repercussions, Maurizio remained resilient, drawing upon his resourcefulness and cunning to navigate the turbulent waters of law enforcement scrutiny. As Maurizio became aware of the police surveillance, he swiftly implemented countermeasures to evade detection and protect his illicit operations. His strategic thinking and proactive approach reflected his adaptability and quick reflexes in the face of imminent danger. The installation of surveillance cameras around his workshop allowed Maurizio to monitor police activity in real time, providing him with crucial information to outmaneuver law enforcement efforts. Upon spotting the unmarked police van, Maurizio recognized the imminent threat and sprang into action. Maurizio's decisive response included halting the delivery of stolen parts to the workshop, minimizing the risk of incriminating evidence falling into police hands. Additionally, he skillfully evaded the detectives attempting to tail him, demonstrating his keen awareness and ability to outwit law enforcement. His calculated maneuvers exemplified his astute leadership and resourcefulness under pressure, as he navigated the intricate web of criminality and law enforcement scrutiny. Maurizio's adept maneuver to confirm surveillance highlighted his acute awareness and tactical prowess in evading law enforcement scrutiny. By executing the 3 right turns, he effectively exposed any potential tail, demonstrating his shrewdness in detecting and thwarting surveillance efforts. Recognizing Maurizio's heightened vigilance, the police faced a formidable challenge in gathering evidence against him. In response, Maurizio implemented strategic measures to safeguard his illicit activities, such as relocating stolen airbags to a different site to evade police detection. His proactive approach underscored his ability to stay ahead of law enforcement and maintain the secrecy of his criminal operations. Despite relentless police investigations spanning months, Maurizio remained elusive, deftly sidestepping attempts to incriminate him. Even during a sting operation, where an undercover officer attempted to sell him an airbag, Maurizio's discernment and refusal to engage with outsiders preserved the integrity of his clandestine network. The prolonged investigations underscored Maurizio's resilience and skill in evading law enforcement detection. However, a significant development in 1997 posed a new challenge with Honda's decision to introduce serial numbers on airbags. Honda's decision to introduce serial numbers on airbags marked a significant advancement in police efforts to combat auto theft. With the ability to trace stolen airbags back to specific vehicles, law enforcement gained a powerful tool for tracking down stolen property and identifying criminal networks involved in auto theft operations. The implementation of serial numbers prompted investigators to focus their attention on Honda vehicles, leveraging a specialized database to document and track stolen airbag serial numbers. This systematic approach enabled detectives to compile crucial evidence linking stolen airbags to Maurizio's criminal enterprise. By strategically requesting airbags for Honda models associated with recent thefts, investigators orchestrated a covert operation to obtain incriminating evidence against Maurizio's company. The discovery that at least one airbag was confirmed stolen provided a breakthrough in the case, signaling a turning point in their pursuit of Maurizio and his associates. However, law enforcement recognized the need for more concrete evidence to dismantle Maurizio's operation completely. Securing a court warrant granted them authorization to inspect parcels shipped by Maurizio's company, facilitating covert examination without arousing suspicion. This clandestine inspection enabled detectives to gather additional evidence crucial for building a strong case against Maurizio and his criminal network. This scrutiny revealed the vast number of airbags Maurizio's company was distributing, confirming many were indeed stolen. Yet not content with just this discovery, the investigators delved into the company's financial records. The meticulous investigation into Maurizio's criminal activities led law enforcement to a critical discovery: the check cashing service he utilized for his business transactions. While Maurizio believed this service would lend legitimacy to his dealings, it unwittingly became a source of concrete evidence for the police. Unbeknownst to Maurizio, the check cashing service meticulously documented every transaction, capturing both the check and the recipient's face on camera. This meticulous record-keeping provided law enforcement with indisputable evidence of Maurizio's direct involvement with his criminal associates. By attempting to legitimize his operations through the check cashing service, Maurizio inadvertently left a paper trail that would ultimately lead to his downfall. The photographic evidence and recorded transactions conclusively proved his ties to criminal activities, undermining his efforts to appear legitimate. This strategic misstep not only endangered Maurizio, but also compromised his entire criminal enterprise. His attempt to cloak his illicit dealings in legitimacy ultimately exposed the true nature of his operation to law enforcement. After 18 months of relentless investigation, detectives amassed enough evidence to proceed with Maurizio's arrest. Armed with a court-issued warrant, a police and detective squad descended upon Maurizio's residence, prepared to apprehend him. However, upon breaching the door and entering the house, they were met with an eerie emptiness. The discovery of the wedding gifts and guest list in Maurizio's house was a pivotal moment in the investigation into his criminal activities. It provided crucial insights into Maurizio's personal life and his connections within the criminal underworld. The presence of wedding gifts indicated that Maurizio had recently gotten married, shedding light on his current circumstances and potential vulnerabilities. Moreover, the guest list for the wedding party revealed a startling array of attendees, including well-known mafia bosses and figures involved in organized crime. Some of these individuals were already under police surveillance, while others were new names that added depth to the investigation. Of particular interest to the detectives were the names of airbag thieves who were employed by Maurizio, as identified through records from the check cashing services. This direct link between Maurizio and his criminal associates strengthened the evidence against him and provided valuable leads for further inquiry. Additionally, Maurizio's parents' contact information on the guest list presented an opportunity for law enforcement to establish communication with Maurizio himself. Recognizing this chance to track down their target, the detectives devised a plan to contact Maurizio's mother under the guise of an emergency, exploiting his familial ties to facilitate his apprehension. The phone call to Maurizio's mother proved to be the key that unlocked Maurizio's whereabouts during his honeymoon in Hawaii. With his mother's unwitting assistance, the investigators obtained the phone number Maurizio was using while vacationing. This vital lead allowed them to establish direct contact with Maurizio, even as he relaxed thousands of miles away, unaware of the impending storm about to disrupt his honeymoon bliss. Upon reaching Maurizio by phone, the detectives skillfully engaged him in conversation, covertly tracing the call to pinpoint his exact location at a resort on the island of Maui. Armed with this information, they swiftly enlisted the assistance of the FBI office in Hawaii to apprehend him. The FBI agents wasted no time in mobilizing, swiftly identifying Maurizio's location within the resort and storming his room to effect his arrest. Maurizio's arrest marked the dramatic end of his criminal enterprise, which had flourished for years under the guise of legitimate business operations. Throughout its operation, Maurizio's criminal syndicate had been responsible for the theft of tens of thousands of airbags, amassing a staggering fortune estimated at $60 million. This significant sum, especially considering the value of money at the time, underscored the magnitude of Maurizio's illicit activities and the extensive reach of his criminal empire. The swift and decisive action taken by law enforcement to dismantle Maurizio's operation showcased their unwavering commitment to upholding the law and bringing criminals to justice, even in the face of sophisticated and well-organized criminal enterprises. Following his arrest, Maurizio faced the harsh reality of losing most of his amassed wealth and properties, which were rightfully confiscated by the authorities. Although the extent to which Maurizio may have hidden assets in undisclosed locations remains uncertain, the bulk of his ill-gotten gains fell into the hands of law enforcement. Subsequently, Maurizio was handed a 10-year prison sentence for charges related to money laundering and orchestrating large-scale thefts. While some may view the sentence as relatively light, given the magnitude of his criminal activities, it reflects the non-violent nature of Maurizio's offenses. In contrast to many criminal enterprises characterized by armed robbery or physical violence, Maurizio's operation relied on cunning and subterfuge to acquire and distribute stolen airbags. The absence of direct physical harm to individuals likely influenced the leniency of his sentence, highlighting a distinction in the judicial treatment of non-violent economic crimes compared to more overtly violent offenses. However, despite the absence of physical violence, Maurizio's crimes had far-reaching consequences, impacting both the automotive industry and unsuspecting consumers. The theft and sale of airbags compromised vehicle safety and integrity, posing significant risks to public safety and welfare. In the end, Maurizio's downfall serves as a cautionary tale about the repercussions of engaging in sophisticated criminal enterprises, even those seemingly devoid of overt violence. This absence of violence and direct harm might have played a significant role in mitigating his punishment, reflecting the judicial system's nuanced approach to different types of criminal activities. And that brings us to the end of our story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. Until our next video, goodbye and take care.